Prologue. The letter that waited. There are some letters that wait for years to be read, and some hearts that wait even longer to be found. In a quiet corner of the old city, rain whispered against cobblestones as a small bookstore glowed faintly in the dark. Inside, a man named Noah Reed flipped through a stack of secondhand novels. One of them fell open and something slipped out. A folded, yellowed envelope. His name wasn't on it, but the handwriting, it felt strangely familiar. He opened it. "Dear whoever finds this, sometimes life takes away people before you can tell them how much you love them. If you ever loved someone and lost them, maybe this letter will find its way to you. Clara." Noah froze. Clara. The name hit him like a memory he had buried years ago. A name that once meant sunshine, laughter, and everything he lost. Chapter 1. When Two Strangers Collide. It all began 8 years earlier, in Florence, Italy, where the streets smelled of coffee and history, and love lingered in the air. Noah, a quiet soul with a camera always hanging from his neck, had come for a photography exhibition. He liked capturing moments, people laughing, rain falling, light breaking through clouds. He didn't believe in destiny. He believed in timing. Clara Bennett, on the other hand, was all heart and chaos, a writer from London who filled her notebooks with stories about love she hadn't yet lived. She believed everything happened for a reason. They met, quite literally, by accident. Noah was crouching to take a photo of a street musician when someone bumped into him. His camera strap slipped, and before it hit the ground, soft hands caught it. "Careful! That looks expensive," a voice said. He looked up and saw her. Brown eyes that sparkled like the sunset, a soft smile that could stop clocks, and a dimple that made him forget his own name. "Thanks," he said, dazed. "I wasn't saving your camera," she teased. "I was saving the photo you were about to ruin." That was Clara, always teasing, always laughing, always a little unpredictable. They spent the afternoon walking together through narrow alleys, sharing stories about strangers, life, and dreams. Before they said goodbye, Clara wrote her name and email on a napkin. "In case you ever need someone to write captions for your photos," she said with a wink. He smiled. "Only if you promise to smile like that again." Chapter 2. The letters between them. They started writing, long emails that turned into longer letters. Noah sent her photographs of sunsets, of raindrops, of people holding hands in crowded places. Clara sent him stories, little pieces of imagination that somehow always had a photographer in them. They hadn't confessed their feelings, but every word they wrote was soaked in love. Until one day, Clara's messages stopped. Noah waited a day, then a week, then a month. No reply. He told himself she must be busy, but the silence stretched like a shadow that wouldn't move. What he didn't know was that Clara's mother had fallen seriously ill. Clara had flown back home to care for her, cutting herself off from everything else. In her pain and fear, she didn't want Noah to wait for someone who couldn't promise a future, so she disappeared. Chapter 3. Lost. Years passed. Noah's career took off. His photos appeared in magazines. His exhibitions filled galleries, but he never smiled the same way again. He kept Clara's letters in a small wooden box, locked in his studio. Every time he saw a sunset, he thought of her. Every time he took a picture of rain, he wondered if she still believed in destiny. One day at a charity auction in London, Noah displayed a photograph, a girl standing in the rain, holding a red notebook, waiting by a bridge. He had taken it the day he met Clara, though she never knew. That photo sold in minutes, but what he didn't know was that Clara herself had walked past the gallery that evening, seen the picture through the window, and whispered, "He still remembers." Chapter 4. Found but too late. Clara's mother passed away a few months later. Grief left her quiet, older somehow. She started writing again, letters she never sent, all addressed to Noah. "If I could see you again, I'd tell you I never stopped loving you. If destiny is real, maybe it will bring us back." She tucked one of those letters inside her favorite book, The Great Gatsby, and donated it to a bookstore charity drive. And that was how years later Noah found it again. Chapter 5. The Search. The moment Noah read the letter, he knew Clara was real, alive, and maybe still waiting somewhere. He spent weeks searching. He called the bookshop owner, asked where the donation came from, followed every lead, until one day someone mentioned a writer named Clara Bennett, who now taught creative writing at a seaside university in Brighton. He didn't even pack properly. He just went. When he reached the campus, he saw her, standing near the ocean. her hair dancing in the wind, reading a notebook. He froze. She looked up, and for a moment time forgot how to move. Their eyes met. 8 years of silence collapsing into one heartbeat. "Noah," she whispered. "Clara," he breathed. They just stood there, the sea behind them, the world spinning around, neither sure whether to laugh or cry. "You found me," she said softly. "No," he smiled, stepping closer. "Destiny did." Chapter 6. 2 Hearts, 1 Destiny. They walked for hours by the sea, talking about everything they had missed, her mother's illness, his travels, their letters that never reached each other. "Do you still take photos?" she asked. He lifted his camera. "Only of things worth remembering." She smiled. "Then take one now." Click. The photo captured her smile, her tears, the wind, and the moment destiny fulfilled its promise. Chapter 7. The Lost Years. That night they sat at a small seaside cafe, rain tapping against the window, their favorite kind of night. "I thought you forgot me," Clara said, her voice trembling. "Never," he said. "I just learned to wait." She reached across the table, took his hand. "I used to write you letters every month. I never sent them, but I wrote them. I used to photograph sunsets," he said. "They reminded me of you." They both laughed, and softly, like forgiveness. Chapter 8. Love returns quietly. Over the next few months, they rebuilt what time had scattered. Noah moved to Brighton, teaching photography beside her writing class. They traveled together, Paris, Venice, Kyoto, capturing the world through words and pictures. Their students often teased them, calling them the story and the frame. Sometimes at night, Clara would reread the old letter that had brought them back together. "I think this letter found you for a reason," she said. He smiled, wrapping his arm around her. "It found me because it was written by destiny." Chapter 9. The Wedding Under the Rain. On their wedding day, it rained. Everyone ran for cover, except them. They stood beneath one umbrella, laughing as rain soaked their clothes. "Remember Florence?" she whispered. "How could I forget? That's where you stole my heart. And you never asked for it back," she smiled. "I never wanted it back." Chapter 10. Forever Found. Years later, Noah and Clara published a book together, Lost and Found, 2 Hearts, 1 Destiny. It was part photo journal, part letter collection, their love story told through images and words. It became a bestseller. But for them, it wasn't about fame. It was about keeping a promise they made years ago, that even if they got lost, they would always find each other again. Epilogue. The photograph by the sea. In their old age, Noah sat by the window overlooking the sea, holding a photograph, Clara smiling beneath the same umbrella from years ago. The tide whispered against the shore, and the sky glowed gold. "Dear Clara," he wrote, "if souls have directions, mine will always follow yours. Because some love stories don't end, they just rest between heartbeats." He placed the photo beside her notebook and smiled. Outside, the waves shimmered, and 2 seagulls soared together into the light.